It was him again. This time, we were standing upon the shore of Lake Michigan as the sun was almost down. As I approached him, he just began to talk. What is right and wrong is for a reasoning, and therefore for whatever reasoning he creates, establishes within the environment, permits right or wrong, is for the right reasons according to him and his agenda, which in truth benefits others. Rather, they understand their preconditioned opportunities for elevation was because of their drives and efforts, or was through time encouraged through an unseen force whom knows their wants, their desires and their hopes of conquering the same institution. They claim to love through their undying loyalty, which in fact dies the moment they were programmed to have ambitions outside of the current agenda of the institution. This has been the way since what has been taught is the beginning of time, as mankind has been trusted to know. The majority who have either lost hope in society or encourage it, are every day hoping that matters of their lives will become more pleasing through the same government system which causes them their grief, while it capitalizes off of such everyday, subtle trauma, even without them knowing precisely of what pleases their minds and soul. With this, comes both its gains and loses, which both activating in tandem in opposition of one's inherited freedom to choose. Their destiny has been chosen for them, as this invoke a laziness, because who wants to really put forth the responsibility of realizing their purpose upon the earth, after coming to know that someone else whom they look up to and towards for the maintaining of their miserable lot has deemed themselves responsible for producing it for them. It is the agenda of controlling the governed from what freedom they have never been told they possess, as they have forever felt it inside, but they cannot realize it because we do not supply them with the information through education, nor the insight for them to be led to that state of mentality. This is for what many have come to know as the revolutionary. I created them as well. Your saviors are cultivated through the effects of the society as it was designed. Even through the observation of human behavior and what is perceived as subhuman behavior. This is what has been allowed you to know and to understand from an insight of which we implanted inside of you, that will in time come through a forthcoming preconception, to perceive through your time of developing intellectual maturity. The multitude of saviors who are allowed to understand the cause and effects of the environment, are allowed to perceive what they have come to know, because the information was allowed to be made accessible, as well as the understanding and the insight which the information produces in harmony with one's own gift of insight. All of which creates the revolutionary. As well as those who will in time be revealed as those who have been wallowing of their minds and feelings for not having the right information or courage to move forwards and to become the brave and radical savior themselves, who understand the root of the condition seemingly, of what has them feeling limited and unable to completely express themselves honestly, even though many have no idea of how to express themselves commonly, because we never allowed them to know themselves precisely enough to do so. The power of information for the achiever and the power of the lack of information for those who are destined to fail firstly, and then become content in their failing, as this state is passed down for 3 generations because of the intellectual status of the family and environment, diminishes with time. This is the rebellion of Lucifer against God within the heavenly plane. And as this is currently ruling this planet, as many have come to know that they are being ruled and are to limit it of cultivating the will to break free. When the revolutionary manifests, they are relieved with a long and forthcoming exhale. Because now, they are not responsible anymore for what they wished they could do to better the conditions, but now, the one who is obviously deemed through the effects of the environment, to perform such speeches, yell such offenses and such fear in the people and in hope the government, has arrived to place their lives on the line, because in truth, they really didn't want to, because they love their current miseries, even though he or she every day and night, complains and has regrets of the choices of the past, and yet if you were to ask them of their past choices, they would say, I wouldn't change a thing. Not having the will to change anything, if given the opportunity, reveals the liar of his or her hatred of their current condition. The lacking of will to elevate is the love of the sloth. You have been kept children in adult organisms as is designed. The system has become the breast of your mother. Because it always has been, as you, despite your age, continue to suckle upon her breast for to exist. The conceptual implication was to never let you go or be able to be pulled from her breast. No, never upon your own, and to always cause you to think and feel through a surge of justified aggression, that are free and in control for what destiny was designed for your living experience, never realizing that you never had a part in your choosing because your choice was chosen before you choose it. In all of this, sociology of everything I have shared with you, is precisely not the case. It's not the case in all of this. It is the surface of what you have forever known, but not the true agenda. It is why I left after seeing what the monster will in time, and therefore is doing now, perform. The agenda has forever been opposite of what has been allowed to be perceived, and that is where the government get the advantage. I asked him how did he get out. He answered, I helped people as yourself get to where they want to go. I don't understand, I told him. Thomas, there are many as yourself who are addicted to this design. You have cultivated through traditions of family influence, honor and your strong state of a willingness to maintain your integrity despite of how at times, you stumble and doubt yourself, you maintain the pace that supersedes the established pace for your life. I have seen this of you. I have seen this of you for many years during the design of your evolution. It is men as yourself who are a willing slave to a system of corruption, but will also die trying to produce a better one morally. But, you will not be able to be successful unless you compromise some of the primary moral fundamentals which you possess, that you will in time come to know prevents you from reaching your goal. Some fundamentals are but stumbling blocks. He stared at me with those hazel and almost golden and eerie-looking colored eyes, and I knew that something was coming. I felt that he was behind it, of course, but not openly. Written by David Anthony Brayboy.